from San Clemente, California, fighting out of Yobo BJJ. This man's style is Muay Thai. His record 3-5. Introducing Fernando Berstein. And in the red corner, wearing black, he weighed in 150.5 pounds. He stands 5'7", age 22, hailing out of Millennia MMA with a record of 1-1. This man's style is MMA. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nikko, Cataline. The third man in the ring this evening, your referee, Louis Cobian, will now give further instruction. Gentlemen.
Let's go, Nikko!
One thing not to be taken too lightly, in the aforementioned slump that Bernstein's gone through, losing his last 3, 2 of those were by decision. One of them was a TKO loss.
And we're underway here. Fernando Berstein versus Nikko Cataline.
Nikko with 1 amateur fight. That was a win by decision. Since then, a majority draw and a triangle submission loss. Majority win, decision, and a triangle loss for Nikko Cataline. Cataline in the black. Fernando Berstein in the white with red trim.
Cataline in the right-handed stance. You can see his left foot's forward. Berstein in a left-handed stance. Cataline right away in a double leg. Gets down Berstein. Berstein scrambles back up to his knees.
It looked for a moment they were going to take a slow, measured pace, and then all of a sudden a little bit of an explosion there. I get the feeling that the fight's going to go that way if it continues. There are going to be explosive moments and then pauses of reassessing.
A very calm approach by both these fighters starting out.
Both guys are in a position in their career where it's still young, and if they start tipping it in the win column, they can start mounting a momentum, and I think that's important for both of them.
Bernstein's doing sort of a front kick to the knee of Cataline. Cataline's looking to the referee like, what the hell's going on here? But that's a legal strike by Berstein.
Yep, if it goes a little higher, closer to the chin, I'm going to start looking through the audience for Steven Seagal.
He'll never get away from mixed martial arts, will he?
No. Left hook, followed by a midsection level shot by Cataline. Didn't really drive through the target, decided to change his mind and stand back up. Bernstein with a Muay Thai influenced style.
You can see it with those leg kicks.
Yeah.
And Cataline has not made any attempt to either check those kicks or get out of the way.
Right, and then no surprise, too, coming from Millennia, Cataline with a mixed martial arts-based style, as he calls it.
You start seeing as the sport gets bigger and bigger, less guys are coming from either a wrestling background or a jiu-jitsu background. They're coming straight in as a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, that's the evolution of the sport is going to clearly be someone's weakness or strength is going to be aptitude. It's not going to be they haven't done it for enough years. However, there's still at this point in the game. Oh,
big knee by Berstein as Cataline comes in with a double leg. Gets the clinch up against the corner of the ring.
There's still a point now where some guys simply have more experience at one thing. They still have a strong suit. And for Berstein, it's clearly the Muay Thai. Let's see if Cataline can take him in the deeper waters on the ground he doesn't want to be in.
He's got a good clinch here now. He's got a good position. Bernstein's pummeling back in, trying to get both unders. Now Berstein has the double unders. Now a body lock.
RJ, for someone watching who may be newer to the sport, what's the difference right here when he's not up against a cage, but he's got ropes that have some give to him?
Yeah, you have more of a bounce. The big difference really is guys can fall through the ring. So you see that a lot of times when guys shooting for a double leg, kind of their rear end kind of gets stuck in between the ropes and they can fall out. So that's why a lot of people are pushing for the cage more than the ring. Obviously, as a hybrid show, there's going to be boxing. You have to do a ring, but you'll see less rings out there, mostly cages now for that reason.
Yeah, we have had an unannounced visitor or two on our table in previous broadcasts because of the ring ropes.
Yeah, they didn't want to be there any more than we wanted them there.
Yeah. Once again, you're watching this live stream on SureDog.com. I got to say, from starting out with the original Pro Elite, ProElite.com, and Elite XC back in the day, for me, it's an honor to be doing this for SureDog. SureDog was always where you went when you wanted to know something, you wanted to find out about a fighter. So I feel fortunate to be doing this and have you here with me.
I was very close to being a black belt on the forums until I got my fighter tag. So it was a weird kind of. I relinquished my my post count for my fighter
I
tag.
knew there was something discrediting about you. There it is.
Oh, just one? Come on, Ron. You gotta be better than that.
R.J. Clifford, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 2. This is 3x3, actually. 3-minute rounds. Berstein comes out with a double jab quick. It looks like he has a little bit of a sense of urgency to his face now.
Well, Cataline kind of coasted through that first round. I mean, he threw some jabs, engaged a couple clinches, but that was really it. The story of the fight was honestly just Berstein landing those leg kicks, and Cataline was more than happy to let him go ahead and do it. So let's see if he changes his approach here in round number 2.
Yeah, this fight is very much still on the table for someone to seize the momentum on, and with 2 rounds to go, including this one.
Cataline circling around. Now he's moving away from the leg kick instead of just eating them. Big overhand right lands on Berstein from Cataline.
Again, Cataline in the black and white. The white with red trim is Fernando Berstein. He's the Muay Thai background specialist. Doesn't look like either of them have found their range entirely on the striking part either.
No, I mean, Cataline's doing a good job of kind of moving up and down, feinting, faking shots, but he needs to take advantage of it and commit to a punch or commit to a shot. You might see one right here. Yep, here it is. Single-legged attempt.
Yep.
Switches it to kind of a fireman's carry move, goes back up to the clinch with an underhook. He's got a good clinch here. He's got Berstein kind of, see how his back's bowed? That's prime for a takedown.
Good takedown defense and balance for Berstein.
Should be able to get takedown. Big slam now by Cataline. Finally gets on top where he's wanted to be, inside mount. Berstein gives up his back, and he's back up.
Yeah, he snaked into the corner just in time to not give up his back. Cataline was all over him.
Cataline's still in a pretty good position here. He's got a body lock, and he's got that arm trap. That's a very dangerous position, because if he suplexes him on that shoulder, you can cause a lot of damage because he doesn't have his hand free. Berstein doesn't have his hand free to kind of cushion that landing. I've seen a lot of broken collarbones from those suplexes or any type of throw when the guy has his hand trapped.
Right, and depending on the angle of the throw, you don't want to post the arm either.
It's a talent all to itself, getting slammed safely.
I believe they call it stuntman. A couple miles down the road
not
in Hollywood. Second round of action here. Berstein in the corner right now, almost eating a knee there from Cataline. This could be a fight very much won by control of position.
With 3-minute rounds that we have here in California, all it takes sometimes is just a good position for a minute or two to win you a round. I mean, basically this round, has been Cataline's takedown and clinch. And while it's not a lot of offense, it's more than what Bernstein's doing.
Yeah, no, Bernstein's been a little bit more on the defensive other than the occasional strike he gets out.
Back to the center with 10 seconds left.
Final seconds of round number 2. Berstein, Cataline. And a little bit late and a little bit off target with that final head kick from Berstein. Someone needs to open up a can of something in the third round and take this fight.
I mean, not a lot of action for either guys. I guess I'd have to say Berstein probably won the first round based on the leg kick. Second round, Cataline based on just the quick takedown and the clinch.
Yeah.
But neither fighter really doing anything to make the judges think that they're taking this fight over. I would give it 1-1 going into the third, but there was a lot riding on the final 3 minutes of this fight.
And you see our ring girls walking around. The third and final round coming up. Tonight's show also brought to you by Men's Sports, doing a fine job. Does boxing and MMA and hybrid shows. The sponsors Rev Gear and FightMeClothing.com, also in attendance this evening.
This is the third and final round. Put your hands together for these fighters.
Both guys fairly young too, so again, they need to make a statement in this round, and it's a good step forward in their careers as professionals. Berstein in the red and white, 29 years of age.
Cataline 22 and 1-1, so he's really getting his career just started just now.
I mean, at 50-50 record doesn't sound impressive, but when you're 1-1, he could be 12-1 in the next couple of years, and it's really what he does with it from this point going forward now.
A calm approach by both fighters.
Crowd in attendance filling up the arena still. Southern California is a very, very much a hotbed for combat sports just in general. Fans do support the sports here, no question. Nice leg kick by Berstein.
Cataline keeps dropping. There it is. I was just going to say, Cataline keeps dropping his left hand to kind of catch the leg of the leg kick. That opens you up for a head kick. Berstein kind of showed his cards too early there. He could have set that up later for a head kick knockout. Let's see if he goes back to the leg. Arm attempt. Nope, no good. Goes back to a double leg.
Berstein, not bad takedown defense.
No, but also at the same time, Cataline's not really setting up his takedowns well enough to give Berstein cause to wait.
Yeah, he looks like he sees them coming. Third and final round of action.
This whole fight's still up in the air with just a few minutes left.
Our opening bout here tonight for Pandemonium 6. In a very, very measured and cautious approach.
That's probably the best two adjectives to describe this fight so far. Both guys kind of riding in neutral right now. This fight's wide open. It's probably 1-1 on the scorecards. This fight's almost over. Someone do something.
Yeah.
One big strike, one takedown could decide the winner of this fight. I don't think either one of these guys realize that.
Fans in attendance realize shouting out now to whichever fighter they're supporting various offensive moves that they would like to see them do. Right hand by Cataline, close.
A little bit more aggressive with his strikes, but he needs to flow those two together. It's one of the hardest parts about a young mixed martial artist, being able to flow the different disciplines together. How do I mix my boxing with my wrestling? How do I go from a takedown to submissions right away?
That's part of where the sport itself is still evolving, too. You have weight distribution differences. There's a whole different thing to consider. It's not just fighting in one art. That mix is still not completely finished.
And even seasoned veterans sometimes struggle being able to mix the two together. 10 seconds left and a wide open fight. Right hand lands by Cataline. See what they do the last couple seconds. Another right hand. Is he trying to steal this last round? Possibly steal the fight?
Head kick by Berstein. A little last-minute bravado.
That was the most action we've seen in the whole 9 minutes of this fight. Well, neither fighter really made a strong case to say they really wanted to win this thing. Both of these guys kind of coasting there till the end, but Cataline putting on a little extra pressure there at the end. Was it enough to win the fight, win the round? We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Once again, thanks for joining us, folks. Here we're streaming live on SureDog.com. Pandemonium 6. We're in Riverside, California. Go ahead and Google it while we watch this replay right here. Cataline looking for a throw, slips off the head, doesn't get it.
That was a missed opportunity for Berstein. So you have your opponent on all fours right under you. Even if you're not really a ground guy, jump on top, control him for a little bit, throw a little ground and pound, and if things get hairy, let him go. I mean, you have a dominant position, especially in a very close fight like that, 3-minute rounds. One dominant position can win you a round, and in this case, win you the fight.
Especially if you can hold it for an adequate amount of time. And that's the thing, again, everybody has, not everybody, well, all guys have a specialty. They have something stronger. Maybe he's more of a Muay Thai person. But if you're going to fight in MMA and you have that opportunity with someone on all fours there, like you said, by all means, jump on it. I'm sure you've trained the ground in some way. Use that opportunity. At the very least, you may make some kind of an impact on the scorecards. That might have cost him the fight. No surprise that this has taken a little bit of time to calculate for the judges, unless they've introduced trigonometry into the scoring process.
Sometimes it feels like these commissioners feel like they're doing trigonometry. Sometimes we just saw the UFC last night.
By the way, that was no way any kind of a copyright infringement on Frank Trigg. By the way, I just went with a math term that I knew. That's all I did. Here's the official decision. Chris Gregory, let us know.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have your decision. Judge 1 scores about 29-28 in favor, Cataline. Judge 2 sees it 29-28 in favor, Berstein. And Judge 3 has it 30-27 for the winner by split decision. In the blue corner, Fernando Berstein.
Fernando Berstein breaks his 3-fight losing streak, gets a win. Nikko Cataline drops to 1-2 as a professional.